Last season, Giannis capped off his phenomenal championship run with a 50-point game, and while he was unstoppable throughout the playoffs, he ended up with 634 points total, which wasn't enough to even crack the top 10, believe it or not. The top of this list is stacked with heroic performances by some of the greatest NBA players. You can pause the video for a second and try to guess them because we're starting right now. Taking a look at the 5 highest scoring runs by a player. What up everybody, my name is Stefan and this is Heat Check. Let's get into it. At number 5, we got the 2001 trip to the finals that immortalized Allen Iverson in the hearts of NBA fans. Though it sure didn't look like anything special in the first game of the playoffs, as he only scored 16 points and lost Game 1 on a game winner by Reggie Miller.
Miller, a three! Bang! Miller gives the Pacers the lead! Reggie Miller knocks it down and this place is absolutely stunned.
Being a true leader, however, Allen calmed his team and promised that they would win the series.
I remember Allen in that locker room at that time. We got this. That's okay. We gave him this game.
And boy did he deliver on that promise. Iverson erupted for 45 the very next game and added over 30 points the next 2 games to advance in this best-of-5 first round at the time, which set the stage for an iconic 7-game battle against Vince Carter. The answer had a 54 and a 52-point explosions as he did everything he could to top Carter, who had a 50 of his own. With the MVP trophy being presented to him in the middle of the series, Allen showed why he was the MVP that year, as he fought all the way to a deciding game that came down to the last shot.
Curry will play in, Curry looking for Carter, Carter runs to the near side, he stops, he shoots, his shot is up, it's off the rim, and the Sixers advance!
The Sixers were in the conference finals where the Milwaukee Bucks were ready and waiting for them. They sure knew who they needed to focus on, as Iverson stopped counting at 16 in Game 2 and 15 in Game 5. When it mattered the most, however, in Games 6 and 7, AI went off for 46 and 44 to close out the Bucks and take his team to the NBA Finals. And you know the legend of Game 1. Although completely outmatched by the Lakers, the answer was unstoppable as he secured the win with this unforgettable shot and the subsequent step over Tyronn Lue.
Iverson, bothered by Lue. Iverson, how about that? And steps over Tyronn Lue.
His 35.5 points per game in the finals, however, wouldn't be enough as the Lakers eventually prevailed. But the lasting image of that playoff run is still with us who watched the pound-for-pound GOAT at the time. And going off of sentimental value, I will completely disregard the brutal 39% that he shot throughout the playoffs, as he needed to take all those shots on that Sixers roster. At number 4, in 1995, Hakeem Olajuwon and the Houston Rockets started off their back-to-back title journey a bit shaky. Though he had 45 in the opener against the Jazz, John Stockton was the hero of that game. Despite the Dream's excellent play throughout the series, the Rockets were on the brink of elimination, down 2-1. And that's when Olajuwon came up as the hero with 40 points in Game 4 and 33 along with 10 rebounds in the deciding Game 5 to will the Rockets to the second round. Against the Phoenix Suns, most games ended up in a blowout, which is weird for a matchup going to a 7th game. Hakeem stayed consistently excellent throughout instead of having single-game explosions. In the final game, despite leading his team with 29 points and 11 rebounds, Olajuwon was happy to let Mario Elie deliver the final blow in what's known as the kiss of death.
Elie out of the corner for 3, hit it! Mario Elie with a 3 with 7.1 seconds to play!
That led the Rockets to San Antonio in a heavyweight fight at the center position against David Robinson, the league MVP that year. This is absolutely where the Dream showed his class. Just look at these numbers: 41 and 16, 43 and 11, 42, 9 and 8 assists, and 39 and 17 in the 6th game. A total domination. As you watch these highlights, it's absolutely amazing how helpless the MVP of the league is. That just shows you how great the Dream was. Even Robinson himself had to admit.
The man just played, as well as I've seen anybody play in a long time.
In the finals, another giant, albeit a young and inexperienced one at the time, Shaquille O'Neal. Olajuwon took him to school as well, in each of the 4-game sweep that Houston gave Orlando. averages of almost 33 points, 11.5 rebounds, and 5.5 assists is as all around as it gets.
He puts it up, on the rim off, tipped in by Hakeem.
What a chip by Hakeem Olajuwon.
The Houston Rockets have stunned the Orlando Magic.
At number 3, similar to Olajuwon, Kawhi Leonard and the 2019 Raptors received a real punch to the face in Game 1, losing at home on this DJ Augustin three-pointer.
5 to shoot, Augustin, 3 to shoot, he'll take, you bet, DJ Augustin!
But the dust quickly settled as they steamrolled past the Magic in the next 4 games, securing a showdown against the Sixers. Some may forget that this series was actually mostly a double-digit affair with teams exchanging beatdowns. Leonard was amazing in the opener with 45 points and stayed the only consistent scorer for Toronto with almost 35 points and 10 rebounds for the series, willing his team to a deciding game. All of it, of course, culminated at the very end with this instant classic shot by Kawhi.
It's off to Leonard, defended by Simmons. Is this the dagger?
But things weren't going to get any easier in the conference finals at all, as the Raptors found themselves down 0-2 to Giannis and the Bucks. With their backs against the wall, Leonard delivered a heroic 36-9 barrage, his highest scoring performance of the series, to get a must-win and keep the hopes alive. And seemingly, that was the catalyst as Toronto won 4 straight to eventually get to the NBA Finals against the Golden State Warriors. It certainly wasn't Kawhi's fault that his opponents were battling a lot of injuries, as he took care of business with a remarkable 34-13 in Game 2, 36-12 in the 4th game, and 26-12 in the 5th game of the finals. Out of the top 5 on this list, Kawhi needed 24 games to get to a 732-point total for the playoffs, while the other 4 guys all appeared in 22 games, which is by no means a knock on Leonard. Number 2. In 2019, LeBron James literally dragged this Cleveland Cavaliers team to the finals, and it all started in round 1 against the Pacers. After losing Game 1, James went nuclear for 46-12 to tie the series. The Cavs would of course need another 44-point eruption to go up 3-2 against this pesky Indiana team.
James, 2 seconds, 1 second for the win! Oh! LeBron James delivers!
A team that would win Game 6 and force a Game 7 against all odds. There was a lot on the line for LeBron, as he'd been to the finals the previous 7 years in a row, now on the brink of elimination in the first round, and he would come ready, hitting shot after shot from everywhere on the court, and when he put his head down, James barreled to the rim and was unstoppable. 45 points, 9 rebounds, and 7 assists when it mattered the most to secure the win. Round 2, it was LeBronto in a 4-game sweep, as the Raptors had absolutely no answer for him and the Cavs. His 43 points and 14 rebounds in Game 2 on the road is what ultimately gave a new name to this city.
Say it's under 3 seconds to go. Throws up the floater. Off glass. Good night, Cleveland. That is for you.
But the conference finals started off extremely scary for Cleveland. Boston completely destroyed them in the first 2 games by 25 and 13 points respectively. The King went off for 44 in Game 4 and 46 in Game 6 as each team won on their home court, setting the stage for another Game 7 in Boston. In one of the most heroic performances of his entire career, James played every second of that Game 7 as he needed to in order to not let his team lose. And he fulfilled his mission, with 35 points, 15 rebounds, and 9 assists while shooting 50% from the field, and I have to say it again, playing every second of those 48 minutes, LeBron took his team all the way to the finals against Golden State. And as the overwhelming underdog, the Cavs needed a miracle to steal Game 1. LeBron played the hero and tried to do just that by dropping 51 points on this Warriors super team. 19 of 32, that's almost 60% shooting against a defense solely focused on him, in an unbelievable effort to single-handedly keep the Cavs alive and give them a chance to win. Unfortunately, we all know how infamously all of that ended.
Hill misses. Rebound goes to the Cavs. J.R. Smith brings it back out. Throws it to Hill. Hill shot blocked. You get the feeling J.R. Smith thought they had the lead. He didn't know the score.
Nevertheless, this superhero playoff run for LeBron James got him at number 2 on this list for most points in a single postseason. So you know that there's only one man who can top this. That's right, the one and only Michael Jordan. In 1992, gunning for his second championship, MJ was simply unstoppable. Poor Miami Heat had to watch him go for 46 in Game 1, only 33 in Game 2 before making it up with a jaw-dropping 56 points in a Game 3 sweep in the first round. This is out of this world. In the second round against a physical Knicks team, the Bulls struggled a bit and New York managed to at least slow down Michael in the first 6 games to 29.5 points. Imagine that, slowing him down from 45 points per game against Miami to now almost 30. That's how great he was, and he proved that by saving the best for last. A 42-point outburst in Game 7 as he never gave the Knicks a chance, blowing them out by 29 points in the series finale. Though the Bulls did split the first 4 games against Cleveland in the conference finals, they took care of business in 6 as Michael had over 30 points in 5 of those games to take his team to the NBA Finals for the second straight year. And once he was there against Portland, he made his presence felt right from the start. Jordan went nuclear from downtown, 6 for 6 in the first half, and by now you all know this iconic image. Again, MJ had over 30 points in 5 of the 6 games the Bulls needed for the title. An unstoppable postseason run that ended with 759 points, 34.5 per game, alone at the very top of this list above all the other greats to ever play. Hey, before I go, for those of you that really follow me and like my videos, I opened up a second channel where I'll post more frequently with game recaps from the season and really go unscripted like I talk to my friends. I already have one video uploaded. It's me shooting 100 threes and giving you my predictions for the East and the West. So yeah, that's the type of fun and relaxed content that you can expect. Link is gonna be in the description, so please subscribe and support your boy. Talk to you in the next one. Peace out. I'm dunking this one for the second channel. Subscribe.